All right, this morning we welcome Raw Chef Jane to the Daytime Kitchen, and you know, I always have anticipation of what you're going to be bringing into the kitchen because it's something new all the time.
It is.
And you're doing something a little new today.
I tried.
Doing a ravioli. So
I'm doing a ravioli today, and I'm doing a tomato ravioli. Now, I make this also with very thinly sliced turnips. Sometimes I will use very thinly sliced golden beets, which I will introduce to Chris at some point in the future because he doesn't know golden beets.
Oh, well, see, I've never met an olive I didn't like. I've never met a beet that I did like.
We'll have to introduce him to the right beet, okay? So we'll do that at some point.
Okay.
When he's not looking, I'll introduce him to that. But today we're making a tomato ravioli. I've pre-made my cheese. Now, you all know how to make my cheese. I've made it a dozen times here, but I will refresh you. I basically put 2 cups of raw cashews, the juice of a lemon, a tiny little bit of
Let's hold that up here
garlic.
so folks can see that.
Yeah,
yes.
sure. A tiny little bit of garlic in there, and about a teaspoon of salt, and I put it into the food processor and let it get nice and creamy, okay?
Right.
So that's what this is. This is cheese. I made it this morning, so it's all fresh.
Very fresh.
I just didn't want to take the time on air to do it because it's, you know, it's something that I've made a lot.
Right.
I also have a Parmesan cheese that it looks like it's got pumpkin, sunflower, a nutritional yeast, and salt.
Okay.
So you can make cheeses out of different kinds of nuts and seeds. Doesn't always have to, cheese is not always dairy, and it doesn't always have to be nuts. You can use seeds as well.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the black olive tapenade to go with this also. And I have in my little mini food processor, I have about, I think, 15 olives, or whatever was left that Chris and I didn't eat before the show.
Kalamata olives are a blessing.
They're the best. This is a jar. These are organic.
Yes.
And they're pitted, and sometimes you get a pit in there, but you just kind of have to be a little careful of that. I put some olives in here, about 15 olives, about 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of mint, a little bit of basil, a little bit of oregano, all fresh herbs,
right,
and some little clove of garlic that I ran through the press because I really want it to be emulsified. I don't want any chunks of garlic.
Right.
And I put some Himalayan salt in there. And I'm going to mix that all up. But what we're going to do for the ravioli, basically,
right,
I've cut my
you cut
tomatoes.
them real thin.
Yeah, I cut them nice and thin.
Right.
And we're just going to stuff them. We're just going to put some of the cheese in there, and we're going to top them. They don't have to even be topped.
Oh.
And there you have a ravioli. Okay. This is not tough, kids, okay? This is not a difficult dish to make, and it's kind of fun.
Right.
Your children can get involved in it. Now, one of the reasons that I do a lot of nut cheeses, too, is that I could never have dairy because I was always allergic to it.
I got you.
So the nut cheeses are a great way to have your cheese and eat it, too, you know?
And I love cashews. Cashews are delicious.
Cashews, it's a very benign nut.
Right.
It doesn't have necessarily a whole lot of flavor, and it will take on a lot of the flavors of anything else that you put into it. So that's kind of a nice thing, and I really like that about the cashews. So basically, I'm just kind of filling all of these. You don't even have to fill them. You can leave them open just like this.
Right.
And it makes an absolute great appetizer. Have it as a salad, put it on top of greens, however you want to do that. You can do a lot of things with it. And it doesn't have to be covered, but for purposes of this morning, I'm making raviolis.
She's going to finish up these raviolis. We're going to come back here in a little bit, show you that tapenade and how beautiful. These are going to look beautiful when you get done with them.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, folks, remember, it is Raw Chef Jane. She has an amazing book. You can check out rawchefjane.com. Her book is It's Not Just Salad. She's on Facebook and Instagram as well.